When it comes to finding freedom from your anxiety, could your bloated belly or irregular periods or painful periods potentially hold the key for you to finally experience anxiety relief? Hey, I'm Sarah. I'm an anxiety, gut, and acne naturopath. And this last one today about building your anxiety resiliency is my favorite and packs a hell of a punch. Because the thing is, your health can either make you more susceptible to experiencing anxiety, even with a tiny anxiety trigger, or it can make you really resilient and strong. Just take PMS for example. That week before your period, you might be more prone to experiencing anxiety, feeling uneasy, feeling easily frustrated, irritated, and snapping at the tiniest things. It's a time when your partner knows to steer clear away from you and have a massive supply of chocolate on hand. But why are you more prone to feeling this way in the week before your period and not 2 weeks earlier while you're ovulating? It's because of your hormones and how balanced your hormones are. We have a saying in naturopathy that just because something is common doesn't mean it's normal. And this is 100% the case in PMS. PMS is so common in society, but the thing is, you don't have to experience PMS. You don't have to feel irritated, anxious, and snappy in the week before your period. You can feel really calm. The secret here is to balancing your hormones. During that week before your period, you could potentially have a big drop in estrogen or not have enough soothing, beautiful progesterone, which reduces anxiety. Your hormone imbalance the week before your period reduced your anxiety resiliency. Your hormonal imbalance made you lose a hefty piece of armor of your anxiety armor ensemble. This suddenly made you super susceptible to launching an anxiety response with even the tiniest anxiety triggers, like your partner hogging that extra little bit of the bed or taking your last yogurt out of the fridge. What I'm trying to get at here is your health dictates how strong your anxiety resiliency is, how balanced and healthy certain aspects of your health is. When your health is balanced, it means that the armor you're wearing is strong and sturdy, and it increases your anxiety resiliency, reducing your risk of launching an anxiety response when a trigger comes your way. Unbalanced hormones are just one aspect of your health that can influence your anxiety resiliency. The health of your gut and your gut bacteria, so how many bad gut bacteria you have or how many good gut bacteria, also influence your mood. It is well known that there are certain good gut bacteria that can really promote a calm and grounded mood, and certain bacteria that actually promote anxiety. Another one is your brain. Like, your brain doesn't just sit in that noggin of yours. Your brain can get inflamed, it might not regenerate fast enough, or those neurotransmitter receptor sites that respond to your feel-good and calming neurotransmitters GABA and serotonin might not be all that responsive. So even if you're making an abundance of GABA and serotonin, you might not be benefiting from their effect. Which leads into if you're eating the right foods and getting enough nutrients to actually make your neurotransmitters in the first place. Your GABA and serotonin, they aren't made out of thin air. They require the right kind of nutrients and the right kind of protein to actually make them. It's the same as building a house. You can't create a house without bricks or cement or building materials, and your neurotransmitters are exactly the same. They require building blocks to actually be made in the first place. And there are a whole bunch of other different factors, including your liver detox pathways, your genetics, which can be supported, your sleep, your exposure to nature, your immune system, your stress, your adrenal response, and a whole bunch more that can either make you susceptible to experience anxiety or strengthen you and make you more resilient. Now, don't go fearing that there's all these things you have to do to try and support your health to not experience anxiety. To be honest, you've probably more than likely only got a couple of these areas that actually need a bit of support, and these are the areas that are removing pieces of your anxiety armor and making you susceptible to experiencing anxiety. In future episodes, I'll go into much greater detail about all these different health areas and what you can do to support them to reduce your anxiety. But now I'd like to hear from you. What are 3 areas of your health that you think you need to work on and strengthen to improve your anxiety resiliency armor? I'd love to know in the comments below. For myself, back when I was experiencing really bad anxiety, my gut health, my hormones, and my stress or adrenals were the really big ones that I had to support, optimize, and get balanced to improve my anxiety resiliency so that I wasn't feeling so anxious all the time. And that brings us to the end of the How to Treat Your Anxiety series. I hope over these last 4 episodes, you've got a greater understanding of why your anxiety pops up in the first place and what you can start to do to experience long-term anxiety relief. And just remember, there is more to your anxiety puzzle and more you can do to reduce your anxiety than just anxiety medication. You can understand and rewire the core beliefs that are triggering your anxiety. You can strengthen your anxiety resiliency armor so you aren't as susceptible to launching an anxiety response when an anxiety trigger comes your way, if your mindset, environment, and health are working on your side. Remember, your anxiety is not your destiny. Your solution is out there, and a life beyond your wildest dreams is just around the corner. Have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you next time. Hey, I'm Sarah.
Ooh, that's a terrible way.
Tolerance level is just way lower. That hormone imbalance that week before your period. Okay. You just want pats. That hormone imbalance the week before your period reduced your anxiety resiliency. You can't keep doing that.